And yeah, you have a point where we are aware of certain tech that's out there, but we haven't fully utilized it yet. Like we know that we can jump BRC drift forward for like really messed up fuzzy setups or what have you, but not everyone is using it, right? They're just
Yeah,
aware of it.
yeah, and like honestly, that stuff that gives that kind of high-low game plan to everybody. But you might see that the characters that have one naturally, like Chip here on screen, might use it more, and then like you can dedicate that meter to your YRC. You can dedicate it to like making your risky stuff safe. Oh, big hit from Element here.
Yeah, that was a really nice gold burst, getting all that meter, and now he's got plenty to use if
Nice.
he wants to.
Still the House of Faust, as far as we can tell.
Come on, Elvin.
Pretty even
Oh,
here.
it's,
Grab goes off. And Elvin's sitting on full meter, looking for a way to spend it perhaps. Nice YRC. Get off me.
and
Oh,
Shine
weird
still
trade.
with
Oh
burst.
my god.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice catch right there.
oh, and the baited burst too.
Oh, but not
Oh, go pick up.
enough.
Needs to find something. Oh, it's so hard to deal
Mm,
with that dive kick. Scramble situation. Shine no stranger to the scramble here. Taking round one. Oof.
okay, wake up DP. Yeah, just something to be aware of. +6 Gamma Blade.
And that big jump dust. That's been doing a lot of work for Faust. Oh, that crosses up. Okay. Makes sense to me.
It,
Oh,
it's
get
a.
blown.
Okay, and what's the next mix? Oh no, it's
Slip.
Akira. Why?
It's the monkey paw curling. I love to see
Yeah,
it. I
it's like
love that. I like all the items. I wish there was
no, you
stronger
don't
ones,
like all the.
but
Well, of course you'd like all the items, but
I think the bananas is very funny. Good jab. Good check on the bonsai.
nice 2P round start. Probably the safest option for Faust. Yeah, Elvin just gonna try and keep this distance, so that way he can just have a
Ooh,
check out and shine.
weird.
It's so much on the risk gauge too.
That must have been one block string, because I never would have blocked back then forward on that. That's crazy.
Uh, no, actually, the startup of it makes it to where you're able to jab out of it. So technically,
Mm,
it's not a true block string. But I think Shine noticed like, well, it's an air block, and if he does go for tornado, he can stay plus. So
I see.
Shine really smart of just choosing defense there,
Yep.
and Alvin
Oh,
trying to just find a moment to get out of here.
so much mix.
Ooh, ooh, I like that. Try to catch him again with the FRC jump K.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah, you can see right there. There's just not enough hit and block stun on drill now.
Yeah.
Burst
Those air
still on.
blocks.
Burst still on deck for Shine.
That's another thing that I think will sort of develop over time is you know, the fuzzy guarding and chicken block sort of thing, jumping up and just trying to avoid any of those mixes is something that we've done for so long. But now, because of the rate that you get jailed on like certain moves, it's kind of risky to do that, which is it's a very interesting change. I think it's something that a lot of old school Guilty Gear players are gonna have to get used to.
Oh,
Shine going.
I'm aware that it's not pot Shine. Street Fighter Shine always picks ninjas, so I'm aware. Thank you though.
Yep. Yeah, I think
Um,
though wearing the Potemkin costume with a tutu, playing a little bit of a coy, you know,
throwing people off.
yeah,
Oh, and Alvin switching for the Ram pick. Makes sense because whenever Ram gets a hit close to the corner and is able to use the swords, it's able to get some pretty juicy burst safe combos. And with Chip having the lowest health in the game, that 60% could go from 75 to 80%.
hmm So yeah, I mean, we talked about this matchup a little bit earlier in the night where Rand's basically got two big fly swatters, and Chip is basically one big fly. And you're kind of, you can control the match pretty nicely as Chip. You have the tools to put on pressure. She doesn't have any
Ooh.
meterless reversal, but if she gets one big swing on you, you're a dead ass fly. Like,
Must be so nice for Ramlethal though, having like She's got like 4 buttons, like right there, 5 heavy. She's got 4 buttons that are practically L-felt 5 heavy. Just like
Love
no
that.
hitbox, no hurtbox. Well, hitbox, but no hurtbox. And like people
Ooh.
are like, oh, Ramlethal, like they did with L-felt.
Yes. Yeah, she's got the gun. Yeah, kind of
Ooh!
in jail here.
Wow, and
Oh,
Shine
no
got
aura.
these!
Oh,
Oh
no
no,
follow-up.
no. Commentator's curse.
I've seen one earlier. Oh, interesting. Blocks then kind of sending Elvin back into the sword there, but not enough time to get things started with it. Just dashing out. I don't want to deal with that.
Nice, confirmed. And it's healthy damage too right there on Chip at least. So even though Ramathal has the deficit of if she's mid-screen, she can't really go for anything since it's a big risk and sometimes Dara won't even connect.
Yeah.
Just that string alone, it's like that's good because it pushes them far away. She gets good enough damage. The raw 6 heavy!
No
And baiting the
follow-up.
DP.
Sword's not
Oh,
available, but
Elvin!
clean air throw. And yeah, she, oh my god,
Oh,
nuked.
died!
Love to see it. One big fly. Problem solved. Yeah, she has some interesting ways to confirm off of that stuff mid-screen when she has meter. You can actually PRC the second sword and then just get another like sword rep.
Yes, I've seen that.
Or like if you're close enough, you can get the Daro into RC for like pretty good carry. If you're half screen, you can usually get a corner bounce on it.
Ooh, I've never seen that combo from Chip.
Yeah, that's sick. But yeah, if she's mid screen with no
Damn it.
meter, you're kind of just walking them into the corner if you're lucky.
Yeah, man, Shine giving us the instant replay but with a different stage, and it's gonna go up 2-0 now. Just needs one more to advance on.
Yeah, really strong. I think Elvin's gonna have to adjust more than the character to win this one over against Shine, who's feeling very comfortable with Chip. It's definitely a matchup. Chip's a character that has maybe not necessarily favorable matchups, but like has the tools to win a matchup. Like has a lot of ways to get in, to stay in, to apply like a very straightforward game plan, and just like honestly the movement tools. It's any game. Characters that have like dynamic movement like that in the right hands are always going to be kind of strong.
Yeah,
So
I'm thinking about his kit, and it's like the only negative that I can think of is that you can hit Gamma Blade if it's placed poorly and it does double damage depending. Or yeah, Elvin is first to 3. Or the other negative that people obviously say is that well, Chip has low health, and every time I hear that, especially from new players, I just think to myself, well, you must have never played Ultra Street Fighter 4 because even though Seth had the lowest health in the game, Punko was wrecking us.
that character is messed up.
So low health is not a factor at this point anymore with fighting games. And if you don't want to think that, you can think infiltration, you can think Tokido. Like health is not a factor sometimes with the character. You get in, you aim, and your options are mixed.
It definitely matters. Like you have to play really clean, but at that highest level where you're minimizing mistakes across the board, like it's you just end up the way things are balanced sometimes is like, oh well, health is part of the toolkit, so we give them more tools and less health, and it's like it's not a resource that affects the like on the stage experience so much. Like you need to not screw up, you need to not get hit, but like
Yeah.
Akuma players aren't afraid of getting chipped out over the course of 80 seconds. They're too busy blowing someone up. And, like, I think Chip is kind of the same way. Like, Shine doesn't want to get hit, so he won't.
Yeah, he's just gonna maximize this and get even more meter right now with the up stage transition. We're gonna see the 3 kings here.
Like, Faust, could have more health. Faust doesn't want to get hit either, because hit leads in a knockdown. And then you get
more than Faust needs more.
Mixed. Like
he needs more than more health, my friend.
No, I hear you, but like I'm just saying, like even the characters with like Potemkin doesn't want to get hit. Like no one wants to get hit. So
of course,
if that's your only detriment as like a low health character, and you got the tools to avoid that kind of stuff, then like you're feeling pretty good. You just gotta play really good, not get shot. You wake up, Ram Super. Do not let yourself into that light.
Yeah, if you play a character like Chip or Akuma, you chose the not violence life. You're not allowed to wake up and choose violence.
The path of peace.
It must be
Oh,
done so that way you can apply violence.
yeah, balance being heavily applied here. The PRC into air grab, shutting down any sort of defense. Oh,
Good wake up throw, but
front
now
delay.
what's the mix? Options are kind of limited for Faust. Yeah, and a bad
Yeah,
Afro toss.
I think the OTG sometimes helps with that a little bit, but
There are some safe jump setups, but I believe, I would have to check again, I believe that they're dependent on the character, but that's not going to
yeah.
matter here because Shine, even with the sun